It all started when I desperately needed cheap housing. That's how I found a room in an old communal apartment right in the city center. The landlady was a woman with unsettling eyes. Before I moved in, she warned me, "The neighbors are quiet, but strange. And yes, sometimes tenants move out." Don't be surprised. I didn't think much of it. The price was ridiculous. That's all that mattered. So I moved in. The building was ancient, the kind that feels like it's breathing. The floorboards creaked constantly, even when no one seemed to be walking. There was a soft rustling behind the wallpaper, as if something was slowly moving inside the walls. At night, a quiet scraping echoed through the pipes, like something heavy and rough dragging itself through the structure. The neighbors really were strange. Not all of them, most of them silent, pale, and they smelled wrong. They rarely left their rooms and always alone, and they were always chewing something. Slowly, silently, their mouths moving without a sound. I lived there for 3 months. Then one night, the creaking and rustling inside the walls became unbearable. And the next morning, the room across the hall was empty, completely empty. All the belongings were gone. The door stood wide open. A week later, the landlady brought in a new tenant. A scared-looking guy, probably a student. He didn't last 3 months. Good for him. He probably found a better place. Didn't have that option. The sounds were driving me insane. This wasn't old wood settling. It was deliberate. Methodical movement inside the walls, constant rustling. Like something huge and dry crawling behind the wallpaper. Everything changed one night when I woke up to a piercing scream from the room above me. It was cut off instantly. Curiosity won over fear. The next day, while everyone stayed locked in their rooms, I climbed to the attic. The door was boarded shut, except for one loose plank. I reached inside, found the latch, and with a loud creak, the door gave in. The smell hit me first, sweet, rotten, mixed with old dust and something chemical, like formaldehyde, and then I saw it. The attic wasn't empty. Ropes hung from the ceiling, and from them, dried, mummified bodies. Their skin had been carefully removed, neatly, almost professionally, exposing dark, dried muscles and tendons. They swayed gently in the draft, producing the same creaking sounds I'd heard every night. In the corner lay their belongings, suitcases, books, photographs. Then my eyes fell on a table. Knives, prepared pieces of dried flesh, sliced thin, like jerky, and suddenly everything made sense. The chewing movements of my neighbors. Their pale faces, they weren't chewing gum. They were chewing this. They fed on previous tenants, and the skin either. They used it to patch their decaying bodies, or replaced it entirely. I remembered the woman from the 3rd floor. Just yesterday, she had a strange new patch of smooth, pink skin on her neck. I stood there, unable to move. I had uncovered a horrifying cycle. These creatures didn't just kill, they wore human skin. They recycled what was left. And I realized something else. My turn was coming. That same evening, I packed my documents and a few belongings into a small backpack, quietly. Without drawing attention, I stepped outside, pretending to go for a walk. One last time, I looked back at the window of my room, and I saw something standing there. Something unnatural. Then it vanished into the darkness.